Because some females are like players, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You're having a good time, which is fine. You can have fun, but there's no getting to know you in the process. I would make your intentions clear from the start. Like, you don't want to like have a guy who's interested in you be just your friend.
Welcome to the Alyssa and Julian Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Julian. And this is the Alyssa and Julian Podcast. Yo, Do-Rag Julian is in the building.
What the?
You know, like Hoodie Mellow?
No.
You never heard of Hoodie Mellow?
Nope.
What do you call it? Black Mask Kyrie when he had his mask on.
Nope.
There was another one. I forgot. But yeah, that's Do-Rag Julian in the building, bro. Let me know if this should be a new like uniform for the podcast.
Uniform.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube. Uniform for the podcast, Do-Rag Julian. I think this might be my new like YouTube uniform. I'm tired of showing my balding head 24/7. That's my intention of the week. Wear this in every single video for the rest of the week. I might have to buy another one. I might have to buy like 3 more. These are mad comfy, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
There's uncomfy ones?
Yeah.
Is it just like the material, or is it like you putting it on wrong?
No, it's the material. I mean, you could put it on wrong and like put too tight on your head, but the material for the most part.
I feel like you've done that before. And then you take it off and there's like lines across.
Yeah, there probably will be lines across my forehead with it. It's just, I haven't done it in forever.
All right. What's your actual intention of the week?
Oh man, my actual intention of the week. I think I'm gonna go ahead and double down on last week's because I did awful with it this week. You know, do you ever just get in a mode where like you just don't feel like doing anything? This week I didn't even feel like living. Well, that just sounds awful.
All right.
But like
now that they're calling, whoever they got to call.
No, but like I just didn't feel like doing life this week.
That's actually a mood sometimes. Like you just want to like leave. Yeah. Your soul. Like
literally, I just woke up and went through the motions, I guess. I didn't really even do my intention of the week, which was to get on my morning routine. So this next week, I really want to be intentional about getting on it.
You had like a whole plan and everything too.
Yeah, I did it one day. I literally did it one day. And then
once a start, at least you did it.
Yeah, no, I did it.
Didn't do it.
I did it one day and it was actually really nice. Like it was good. I just like,
it's hard.
Sometimes I fall into it's not even that it's hard. I just fall into this like mental state where I just like don't want to do anything. I don't want to create anything. And that's where I was this week. I didn't want to do anything. Didn't want to create anything. Everything was like just so much like, I don't know. I wasn't there mentally for anything this week, honestly. So
those are rough weeks.
Yeah. So hopefully this week I can get back into my morning routine, back into my flow. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
It's actually really bad because like I feel like we just are going to sound like we've had the worst like week ever. Mine started with Super Bowl weekend, which at my job was crazy, like tiring, all this stuff. Today is Thursday. We record every Thursday and you hear it on Monday. So from today, my last day off was a week ago. So going through the weekend, the busiest weekend for us, not having a day off in a while, like everything just starts to add up, like super tired. I just feel like so exhausted, but also like really overwhelmed. In a sense, like I feel like because like it's my first day off in a while, I had so much on like a to-do list today. I haven't done like nearly half of it. It's literally like 5 p.m. But it's just one of those days where it's like nothing was going right. Like everything, like you try to do this, it failed. Try to do this, it doesn't want to work. Try to do this, it just, I don't know. That's just like literally how today felt. So I think I'm gonna have it as, I don't know, like after maybe tonight, I'll have to still obviously do more on my to-do list, but like, I don't know, maybe take a minute depending on how long JJ sleeps for, because he is napping. He went down for a really late nap. So we'll see how long he sleeps for. We still have to stream, like all that stuff. I might just like sit and like, I don't know, read something or like watch something just to like decompress for a sec.
Yeah.
Get myself back together to be able to go on like living life again. What I have to get done. But I feel like in the mind space I am right now, like overwhelmed. Everything's like listing through like what I have to do. I need to like USA for a second and be like, all right, let's try this again. Like If we're calmer, maybe it'll work.
So that's your intention for the day. What's your intention for the week?
It is for the week because I don't think I'm going to get everything what I need to get done.
Oh, so you want to work on your to-do list next week?
I don't think I'm going to get everything done today because of the fact of how I'm feeling. So I'm just going to take it slow, day by day, have a little USA time between like getting home from work, USA, and then like continue for the rest of the night.
And if you're somebody who's trying to get into these routines and do stuff along with us, like feel free to message us below and like let's hold each other accountable, man. Like I'm all for that. Like if you want to hit me up and say, yo, how's your morning routine going? And I'll say, good. How's your whatever you're trying to do going? Like
we can go back and forth.
Yeah, we could work on it, man. So just feel free, hit me up. You know, I'm always down for that. I think that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, it's I don't know. Just, I feel like I need like a week, not even a week. It might not even be a week, but like a little break from this past week.
Yeah.
That like going into the next one, like this was another week. I had plenty of time, and I could have done it if I just like didn't have so much other things to do and like was like, okay, no, I'll just get to that later. Like I barely even like planned this podcast.
Well,
this podcast episode. I can't even talk.
We're going on vacation in a month, and from now till then, I probably won't have much of like relaxing time. So I am glad I took this week to relax and like really rejuvenate a little bit.
Your body probably thought of that before you did.
Right. My body was like, yo, you're about to go crazy because you're trying to go on this vacation.
And you're like, I don't know what's going on. And now you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah. Now, like, actually, that probably worked out. So we're going to, you know, go kind of ham for the next month and work really, really hard because
it's going to be crazy.
Getting ahead on videos, getting ahead on content, and then getting ready to go financially and, you know, everything you got to do before you go on a vacation, especially now with a baby, like, it's a lot. So I think it's going to be a busy, like you're talking about being busy now. I think it's just going to stay busy and ramp up even more until that 1 week where like we get let loose and say, "Oosa."
Honestly, probably. And I feel like it's going to be like that until we actually like touch down from the flight because like I'm going to be freaking out, not freaking out on the flight. But kind of like making sure like, okay, he was good this flight, but like hopefully he'll be good this flight. And do I have enough to entertain him? And now that he's like a little older, it takes a little more like, I don't know.
You just got to make sure he has a bottle first. As long as he gets that bottle before we get in the air, like he's good.
Either that or I'll have him. Can you make one and go through TSA?
I mean, yeah, because I think it's 8 ounces is the max. So as long as you have an 8 ounce. And it's like a diaper bag, like they'll know, like she has milk.
Like he needs. I just didn't know if I'd have to like make it before.
I forgot what you did last time. I think you bought the little bottles. The little 8-ounce bottles.
I had those, yeah.
The to-go ones.
But I feel like this time I'm probably just gonna bring formula because it's really not that.
We could decide this later. They don't care. Viewers don't care about this.
All right, streaming platform: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music,
Google Podcast.
Oh my god! I swear, if you would have missed it for the 3rd week in a row, you would have been fired. Right? I would have needed someone else to like co-host this with me. Taking applications now, or I'm just gonna like blurt like your face like right here for you to say Google Podcast.
Google Podcast.
He clearly cannot remember every week.
I just don't know my cue.
That was quicker than you've been.
I don't know my cue.
I say mine and then I stop.
Yeah, but like when I realize you stop, by the time I realize you stop, I'm already late. So I'm like, oh.
He's just not paying attention. That's literally what he just said.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, anyways, so this podcast episode, we're gonna be playing a little game. I feel like every time we play a game, it's always to Julian, so he'll probably end up trying to switch it up like in the future, and it'll be for me if that makes sense. So. Have you ever like seen those? I've seen a lot of YouTube videos like this. Have you seen a lot of those videos where it's like asking guys questions girls are too afraid to ask, or like asking your guy friends?
I've seen it, and I've seen it in the reverse. Yeah, actually, I think I did that video to you. Didn't I do that video to you?
You kind of did, yeah.
I feel like it wasn't like crazy questions though. Like they were like
some go like basic, some are like okay, and others are like whoa, PG-13. We're gonna keep it a little more like PG, but
that's no fun. I'm just kidding. I'm advocating for all the people who say that. I'm just kidding.
But I honestly went through some. I actually put this. I'll be honest. I put this on the Instagram. on our story as like a send in type things, and I didn't really get a lot, to be honest.
Guys, what happened? You don't like us anymore?
I didn't really get much. So I think I put it on this one. We could try to answer the ones we did get. I literally have like
I think it's
two.
just two.
Yeah. So we can answer those, but I did go through like YouTube videos to try to find like what other people had asked, because I found like in videos there were like common ones, like the ones people like always asked, a couple different ones.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I'm going to be asking Julian questions you are too afraid to ask your guy friend, your boyfriend, your
husband.
Yeah. So you're welcome. So we'll start with the Instagram ones because, like I said, people did send stuff in. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask what is your type of dream girl?
My type of dream girl?
Mm-hmm.
She's right here. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
I don't know. That question's so loaded because, you know, back in the day, I feel like I'd legit have like a solid answer for you. I'd be able to like, yeah. But like as I've like gone through life, I feel like such an old man saying that. But as I've gone through life and experienced things, I realize like setting expectations for any human to be this one thing and that only is unfair to both you and to that human. Mm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, ideally, you know, if I had to just draw out this girl, right? You know, you want curvy, great personality, supportive, I don't know, some type of talent maybe, like whether it be singing, dancing, just some sort of creative talent, I feel like would be nice for me, just so I could have something to relate on with, you know, because video creation is a like it's a process, so you need to have these things to like talk about and like get ideas from and spitball ideas and stuff. So that other than that though, I don't know. I mean, I would like them to have some base faith, you know, belief in God maybe, you know, just because that's like how I grew up. Mm-hmm. But again, like just going through life, like people check all these boxes and then they don't like you back. People check none of these boxes and then you don't like them. So it's literally like you can't have it perfect and then expect things to go your way, because guess what? If that perfect girl's out there, like somebody else is also after that perfect girl as well, I guess. It just, am I making sense? I don't want it to sound like I'm like settling or something, but like I just don't want people to set these unfair expectations. I feel like that's what goes wrong in the dating world. People set unfair expectations and then they get disappointed, and then they choose the wrong mate because they believe, or that person, they tell that person what they're looking for. That person tries to give it to them, and then years later down the line, they aren't who they thought they were. And then, you know, next thing you know, you're in a whole different issue. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
and then people are going to be like, oh my God, I wasted my time.
Yeah, exactly. It just becomes this whole other issue. So honestly, I don't think people should do that to themselves. I know it's easy to say, wow, that person's that, I want that too. Or that person looks like that, I want to have that. I don't think you should do that. I don't think that's fair to put on you or another human. I almost want to say your partner, but like if you're asking this question, you're probably looking for a partner right now. So my biggest tip would be just keep your eyes open. You know, keep your eyes open and really have those, like, I would set those things that are like, absolutely not. Like, I would never go for that. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think I could date someone who has a room full of reptiles. Like, that's my thing. I could not date someone because
imagine if they didn't tell you and they're just like, yeah, come hang out, and you walk in and you're like,
and they got a tarantula chilling. They got the snake coming around. Like, yeah, no, I can't do that. Like, but no, that's cool for some people, but like, I know I couldn't do that.
Right.
But again, I would know that that's the limit of my dating. You know what I mean? Whereas like somebody else that's like, oh, that's hot, I want that. You know what I mean? Like, I wish my girl did that. You know what I mean? So like,
to each his own.
Right? To each his own, exactly. So like, keep an open mind, but just know like this is like too far.
There's gonna be limits.
Yeah, exactly.
In any relationship.
Yeah, like, all right, I can't do that, but you know, oh, maybe they have a hamster. Okay, I could do a hamster.
All right, we could call.
Maybe they have a puppy. I mean, I could do a puppy. You know what I mean?
Do a puppy?
No, I didn't say I could. I said maybe they could.
All right.
What do you mean you had a dog when we
So-
started dating?
I know. We should have one.
No, we shouldn't. I didn't have a dog. You had a dog.
So, all right. So the next question was actually one of the ones on my list. So we're just gonna jump to that. I have 10. I'll be
Okay.
asking you.
Okay.
So the one that I had, that another one was that was sent in, are the same. Is, well, I had it worded like this: who should pay on the first date?
The person who asked.
Okay, I feel like
And-
that is gonna be like, that was a good one because a lot of people would say that, and a lot of people would be like, no, the guy has to pay on the first.
If you ask me out, I think you should pay. However, me being the guy I am, I don't think I'd let you pay. But I love well, first of all, I think it's attractive if you ask me out in the first place. Like, I've never been asked out before, which I wouldn't say yes now, but I'm just saying it is very attractive to have someone come up to you and have the confidence to say, hey, you want to go out? You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of people, it's the same thing. They almost, I don't want to say like expect, because I don't want to assume like what a female's thinking, but a lot of people would like expect for the guy to initiate almost a first date.
Yeah.
So then that's where I feel like they're like, okay, like he's gonna ask, he's gonna take me out, he's gonna pay, like this is gonna be a first date, this is how it goes, like
The only thing that
almost like story tale.
there's only one concern with a female asking me out. There's one concern with it. I need to tell from your vibe that you don't do this often. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Because I feel like a lot of females that are forward like that do that a lot. You know what I mean? Like they give off that vibe that like, oh yeah, this is nothing for you to just go shoot your shot. You know what I mean? When it's like, I need to know, like, it's almost like, because some females are like players, bro. Like, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Some are just like players. So like, I need to be sure that like, if you're asking me out, like, I'm not just the flavor of the week. You know what I mean? Like, if you're asking me out, this is something like, I don't really do this often, but like, hey, I saw you over here. I found you very attractive, and I just was just wondering if I can, get coffee with you sometime or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's attractive. I don't even drink coffee.
Like, I don't like coffee.
I don't even like coffee, but I go. Like, I'd be like, I'm there.
Slow sip
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm
Get
there,
it,
bro.
a
Like,
little to-go
what?
cup, they can't see how much you have or haven't drank.
Yeah, literally. Literally at that point though, like, and I would say like, I don't even like coffee, but like, I thought it was very respectable what you did. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, at that point, like, I really liked what you did. So like, I made the effort to go, even though I don't like coffee.
And they'll probably be like, oh my God, no, we could do something else.
Yeah.
Just fucking out. Like,
Yeah, right. They'll be
something like that.
I mean, but at that point, it leads to like, okay, let's go for a walk or something like that.
Yeah,
around
yeah.
Coffee. So, you know what I mean? Like, you could go
that's
from
what I'm
there.
saying.
Like,
you can go in a to-go cup. They won't know how much you drink.
yeah. I can't. Man.
So I feel like that kind of goes into another question, which is who should make the first move? Like,
Who
should
should
it
make
be
the
the
first-
guy? Should it be the girl? Should it just be whatever's vibing between y'all?
I want to say the guy, bro, but it's the vibe, because some men aren't very forward. Some men are like really nervous and shy, but also some women are very nervous and shy. So it really, I guess it does depend on the vibe.
Someone just has to be like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
gonna
because
make
there's
that
some men out there who are very, very shy and like, or have been scarred by something and won't want to make that move. But then there's some women out there who are the same exact way with the same exact, issues. So I don't want to say issues, but the same exact like history going on. So like, it really just depends on the vibe of the relationship, I guess. I don't know, man. Like, if it's me, I'm always 100% going to make the first move. If it's me, 100%. Because,
So in your scenario, it's always the guy.
yeah, because in my case, what I do is like, I put myself out there, and if I drown, I drown type of thing. But if I drown, it's like, it's a good thing in most cases. Because like, I put myself in just different scenarios, I guess. You know what I mean? Where like,
I mean, it makes sense.
it basically just gives me the confidence. Like, once you've been rejected once or twice, like, you're just like, whatever. Like, this is nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I think you need a couple no's in your life. I really do. Personally, I think it's healthy for you.
Honestly, probably.
I think that rejection, because it teaches you like you'll live, you know, like even
like,
when that person says no, you'll live.
And even in the moment, like a no might like suck a little bit, but I feel like in the long run, sometimes you see that like a no, like you dodged, like
Yeah,
for a really
100%,
good reason. You'll be like,
100%.
oh man.
And you know, a lot of people say rejection is projection. Like the people are.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, they say like when you're rejected, like it's because the other person wasn't good enough for you and stuff like that.
That's deep.
It is deep. I don't know how much I agree with it though. Not gonna lie to you. I've heard that. I've heard that a lot of times, and like, I don't know how. I don't know. Because it's like, at one hand,
So you don't sound like you agree.
yeah, because on one hand, it's like, yeah, like, you know, maybe they weren't good enough for me and that's why they rejected me. But 9 times out of 10, that's not what's going through their mind when someone's rejecting you. I'm sorry. Like, it's not. Like, that's not what's going through their mind. Sometimes they're not ready, right? Like, sometimes they're not ready, but other times they're just not interested. So, like, I'd rather just be realistic and be like, yeah, nah, they just weren't interested. It's fine. You don't have to be interested. Let's just move on. You know what I mean? Like, we could be friends or not be friends. Let's just move forward, you know? Like, I could never talk to you again, but I shot my shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't say it and try.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. People are, don't be mad at me for saying that. Listen, y'all, I just don't know if that's true or not. I really don't. Because like I said, I don't think people think that. Like, if you're gonna, if someone asks me out and I have to reject them right now, I'm not thinking, oh, it's not you, it's me. Like, I'm not thinking that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least in the moment, I'm not thinking that. I'm just thinking I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, maybe I guess on a deeper level, maybe you could argue that they're not interested and that's more on them than on the person asking, I guess. That's where the argument comes in. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather just call it what it is right up front.
I feel like it'd really be like, yeah, like in the moment.
I'd rather call it what it is up front. They just weren't interested. Let's just call it a day and move forward.
So to stay on the topic of like first, I guess, what's your ideal first date?
Anything we could do to spend time together and get to know each other.
Like
where I can,
time?
where I can ask you questions about you and you can ask me questions about me. If you can't do that and we can't talk and get to know each other on the first date, then it probably isn't a good first date choice.
I feel like we talked about this in the last episode.
Last episode we kind of touched on it briefly.
We did first date stories and Julian was like, not the movies.
Not the movies, not bowling.
You can't talk.
Not the movies, not
bowling.
bowling.
During bowling. That's where we were going.
You
because
can't talk during bowling.
No, that's where we were going back and forth because like I would consider like I would go bowling and you were like, no.
No, because like when you get up, the other person's sitting down. When the other person's
you're watching, you're still hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, you're having a good time, which is fine. You can have fun, but there's no getting to know you in the process. See, like you could go bowling, but like go bowling after you do something else.
Okay.
Like go bowling after you have dinner or something. So like it could still be a first date, but like you know, go to dinner, go bowling, but now your first date is kind of adding up because you started off with dinner, then you're doing bowling.
Adding up.
Yeah, it's adding up, man. And like, you don't know if you're going to be with this girl long term and you paying all this money for a first date. Oh my God. I'm just serious. I'm being serious, man. Like, you don't know how long you finna be with this girl. Now you over here at $100 bill because you got bowling. Bowling's at least $50.
That
for both
can't
of
be
you right
your argument because like that was us.
Yeah, but I knew you already. It wasn't like I was trying to get to know you. Like I knew all about you already.
Oh. All about you.
Not all about you. I knew a lot about you. I learned a lot after we started dating, but like I knew a lot about you. So basically you're
saying like walk in the park, like
walk in the park,
out to lunch, dinner,
getting coffee is better than going bowling.
Oh, I love coffee, so I'm down.
Yeah, I'm just saying that stuff's better than going bowling because like let's talk, let's get to know each other, like. Let's because like if I never met you before, if I just saw you and I was like, wow, you're pretty, or like, you know, you're very attractive, like I want to get to know you. I can't do that if I'm like, you know, focused on getting a perfect bowling score. Mini golf is a great first date.
Oh my God, mini golfing is so much fun.
It's a great first date. You could talk, you can, you know,
you could laugh, you could joke.
Yeah, like, you could play.
It turns into such a fun time.
Yeah, exactly. You could it gives you something to make fun of yourself about, like, because people love when you make fun of yourself. Like that's Listen, no matter what you do, if you do video editing, if you do dating, if you whatever it is you do, if you could poke fun at yourself, it humanizes you. People love that. Trust me. Do it.
All right. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your biggest turn off?
Biggest turn off?
Yes.
Laziness. 100%. Laziness. And like, not laziness in the sense of, wow, it's such a long day. I'm going to go home and go to bed and do nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
Me.
that's not bad. You went to work. You earned it. I don't want to say you earned it because that's a bad way to say it, but like you needed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you needed that. Whereas like just all out laziness, like woe is me. Life sucks. What am I going to do? Like, I don't know. That stuff irritates me so bad. Like that's one of my biggest pet peeves is just like entitlement and laziness. Listen, I can't tolerate that stuff, y'all. Like I'm so bad with that. It really like ask Alyssa, bro. It drives me so crazy. So like, if you want to like really turn me off quickly, talk about something that like you're just lazy on. You know what I mean? Like just describe something and be like, yeah, I'm too lazy to do that. I don't know. Well, like I don't know though, because I guess that's not terrible because like if you're doing other stuff, that's okay. I don't know how to describe it, but do you get where I'm coming from?
I mean, I know where you're coming from.
Because like that stuff, you're working, so like it makes sense if you're too lazy to do this other thing while you're working. Like I get it because I'm too lazy to do a lot of things because I'm working on other stuff. But like if you're just lazy, like I guess if you're inherently lazy, that really just drives me crazy. You know what I mean? When you just like you have no gumption, no like drive in you. Nothing like that drives me crazy, bro. Like I don't know. I guess I just don't understand it.
So you like people that know like what they're working for, what they're
they're working towards exactly.
Not just like
Yeah.
All right, so next one. I heard this one in a YouTube video and I'm kind of curious as to like what you would say.
Mm-hmm.
Are you scared? Like, do guys get scared when women drive? Like when we drive?
That's an unfair question. I don't, because like I grew up with a single mom who taught me how to drive, and I think my mom's like one of the best drivers out there. Like personally, like I think.
Does it depend on the female?
Yeah, it depends on the female because I'm the most comfortable when I'm in the car with my mom.
I was gonna say I feel like I'm not.
Yeah, when I'm in the car with my mom, I'm the most comfortable I would ever be in a car. Like I don't fall asleep in cars, but if my mom's driving, I could probably fall asleep, bro. So I think it really depends on the female. Like sometimes your driving drives me nuts. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's why I was like, yeah,
I'd be
polar opposite probably anything wrong.
I'd be like, bro, like you good? Like
you good?
There's reasons. We'll get into Alyssa's driving another day. Like Alyssa's not a bad driver. She just like we'll get into her driving another day.
I just know a lot of guys like when girl wants to drive, they're like, I'm not getting that car.
I don't
Even
let
if
her
it's
drive.
their car, they're like, I'm driving.
Yeah, I don't really let her drive anywhere anymore unless it's like up the street to like Target or something. Like we go to Target.
Either that or he'll have me drive when he like gets like a new toy, like the iPad and all this stuff. He literally brought it in the car to play with. And he's like, yeah, you could drive. He's like, won't even take my car, but you could drive.
Because I wasn't focused. I was like, I'm not focusing on it. Like it's fine.
Oh God. All right. What else do we have?
Depends on the female, man.
Ooh. Do you get? I feel like I don't mean to be asking you. I feel like I'm asking you and guys in general.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get uncomfortable when girls talk about or mention periods?
I feel like I do. I don't know. Like I had to. I don't anymore. But in the beginning, when we first started dating, it was kind of like, ooh. Like I don't know.
A little ick.
Yeah, well, not like an ick, but like it was just like, oh, she's talking about that. Like I think I had to grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I had to grow up a little bit and just like learn like, oh, this is just life. Like this just happens. You know what I mean? This is something that's okay to talk about because it happens. Like I'm not gonna go up to some girl and be like, hey, what's up? Like let's talk about this. But like it's okay to talk about with you because like we live together. It's something you go through, and I watched you give birth to a child, so like I feel like there's nothing really off limits anymore. in general.
Yeah, like I feel like some females get really like think it's gonna be weird if they have to tell their boyfriend they like have really bad cramps. Like they'll get really uncomfortable.
Alyssa used to be like that.
And be like, oh my god. And then there's people what?
Used to be like that.
What?
You used to not tell me.
Cause like at first like it is weird, but like I feel like it's weird for me anyway, because like you don't know how the guy's gonna react.
Mm-hmm.
So like you want to kind of like break it in like kind of conversation to make it like so they're like, oh my god, like stop, why would you say that? Like you just be like, yeah, like nah, and they'll be like, okay, like weird, but I get it, like you're a girl, it's gonna happen, like that type of stuff. Because some guys literally just don't care, they won't care, they're just like, whatever. Some guys like don't even want to hear you mention the word, like they're really
I was never that bad.
It's just so weird. So like you kind of have to like vibe it and see how the guy like would react, and then like you kind of
I wasn't
from there
that
on
bad.
what you can and cannot say.
I wasn't that bad. I was just kind of like cringing on the inside, but I wasn't that bad. I wasn't that like you could say it to me, I would just be like, ooh, okay.
It depends on the guy. Like sometimes it's like, oh, okay, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But like other people are like, all right.
At this point, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like,
a lot of guys like to also be like very like they might be like cringing and all this stuff, but they also want to be like comforting, almost. So they'll like put it to the side where they're like, okay, but
I feel like that's where I was
like that type of stuff.
I feel like that's where I tried to be. But on the
inside, they're like, oh my god.
That's where I tried to be, but Alyssa just never said anything, so it's like, okay.
What sports are most attractive?
For women to like play, or like
what sports do guys think?
Like women doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
The way
shoot.
He said that.
Oh shoot, that's tough.
How's it tough?
I think softball is definitely up there. Softball is hard because softball is like, never mind, take softball off the list. I lied. Softball is up there. Dancing, probably top one. Like cheerleading, dancing. Can we put those in the same like subject?
Well, we can for now. A lot of people are probably gonna say it's not the same.
It is not the same. It's not the same, but I'm grouping them for a reason. Cheer, dancing, those are like top two. But then you have your like soccer. Soccer is definitely
really?
Yeah, soccer is crazy. Yo, you know which one I forgot though? That's kind of crazy. Gymnastics is crazy, bro.
Really?
Yeah, gymnastics is crazy. Track and field is cool too. I don't know though, cause like I'm not really into like the athletic woman, I guess. Like they're cool. Like I could be friends with an athlete. Like I could talk to him, but like, you know, if I had to like choose like the woman that I'm going after, it's not like an athlete, I guess. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever really go for an athlete like that.
What are tips on making guy friends?
Tips on making guy friends? Mm-hmm. Friend zone? No, I'm just kidding. I would make your intentions clear from the start. Like you don't want to like have a guy who's interested in you be just your friend.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, because, well, guys could be interested in you, but let them know from the start, like, hey, like, this is just, you know, friendship. I have to say, like, any of the girlfriends that I did have interest in made it very clear, like, this is just a friendship type of thing.
We're not going to be more than friends type of thing.
Yeah. And, it, you know, like, it's very appreciated because then, you know, there's no, like, wasted time involved. Another tip I think I'd have is, just be you and be genuine, because you don't want to put up a front just to try to be one of the boys. Because like if a guy friend wanted another one of the boys, he would just go make a new guy friend. That's one of the boys. So don't try to, you know, be anybody you're not. But if you are one of the boys, you know, you're one of the boys.
Yeah.
I just don't think you should go out of your way to be like, oh, yo, what's good? Yo, you see that girl? But like, no, you don't have to do all that. Just be you. Be genuine, and like you'll make guy friends. Like I have a bunch of female friends, and none of them have ever tried to be just one of the boys. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that, because like for my guy friends who are one of the boys, like it's easy to separate the relationships. Like, yo, that is one of the boys, that is a female friend, and you know, find commonalities. Like I say, like I have friends that I have that are females there's a common interest in something there. Like there's a reason that we are friends, I guess. There's something that we talk about quite often that keeps our friendship, like, I don't say alive, but like what makes you guys friends? Like what is the common thing that makes you guys friends? And like, you know, sometimes the commonality is just that you're both good people and have good hearts, you know, but just make sure that, you know, even you have it set in your mind like this is just a friend. Because then if you're telling them you want to just stay friends, but then you want more than that, like you're playing games at that point, and you want to just make sure you keep it a friend, you know.
So he's saying don't play around,
don't mess around, just make your intentions clear from the start, man, and try to make it with yourself clear from the start, so you know from the beginning what it's like, what it's looking like, you know what I mean?
Fair point. All right, 2 more. So we talked about biggest turn off, but what would be a biggest turn on?
Drive. Just pure on drive, creative ideas, supportive behaviors. Like yo, if I'm streaming and you pulled up something, you brought up something about my stream that I didn't even know you were there for. That's like, whew. Or like, if you hit me up and was like, yo, that last video you did, there's this one part where like you did it was all right, but it could have been a little bit better if you added this in there or tweaked it like this. Like, oh shoot, hold up, now you're talking my language, bro.
He said no, now you're talking about my ego.
Yeah, like now you're talking about, well, nah, because like that's not my ego, because like you're telling me the video was bad but good, you know what I mean? Like you're telling me like I could improve. I just think taking interest in what I take interest in is huge. You know, like if you find a way to be interested in things I like and, you know, you make it work, like, and in the same retrospect, I find interest in things that you like there's things we could do together. Like, I feel like that's cool.
Kind of blending things between the two.
Yeah. I mean, that's more of like a non-physical turn on, I guess. Was I supposed to keep it non-physical?
You could have just done anything.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said biggest turn on.
I think that
you could have taken it from there.
I think that that's definitely 100% biggest turn on. Supportive behavior would drive at the same time. Cause like if I'm trying to take over the world and you tell me, hey, this is how we'll do it together, I'm like, sign her up. We out, chief. Like that's it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So the last one I have is, does height matter?
Oh, to me, no. I don't think I want a girl like taller than me. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think I want a girl like who, like, even if she's in heels and she's kind of taller than me, I don't know how I'm feeling that. Like, if we're the same height in heels, like, that's fine. I'm a short king, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I'd be okay with it. It would hurt my ego a little bit, but I know I'm a short king. So, like, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's worse things in the world than being shorter than the girl you're with, though.
So, would you necessarily just, like, not go after a girl if she's taller than you?
I don't think I'd go after a girl, but if she came after me and we were vibing, I wouldn't just rule it out because she's taller than me.
Because she's too
right, right. Like, I don't think, maybe I'm just, you know, I'm too much of a nice person for that. But like, I feel like that's not fair. Like, cause at the same time, like I wouldn't want a girl to do that to me. Like, oh, he's too short. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not going to give him the time of day. Like, cause like, you know, you hear that women like, oh, 6 feet, 6 figures. Like, it's like, dude, like, hold up. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a short king, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a short king. Nothing wrong with 5'7", 5'8". You feel me? Like, you put me in the right shoes, I'm 5'9", but
basically 6 foot, you know?
Yeah, basically 6 foot. You know what I mean? So like, at the end of the day, no, I don't care, man. Like, I know I'm short and I know it's genetics and there's nothing I could do about it. So like, genetics. Right. Like there's not like, I worry about things I can control, and my height is something I can't control. And honestly, same thing for you. Your height is something you can't control. So like, why would I hold that against you? It's like you got out the womb and said, yo, make me 6 feet tall. I want to be 6 feet tall. And I want to be, matter of fact, I want 6 feet tall with 6-inch heels. Bring me out the womb like that. If you think you look good in heels, wear them, bro. You ain't say when you came out the womb, God, I want you to make me this tall, and I want you to have my hair down my back. I want you to make my eyes blue. Like, we ain't say none of that. These are all things you can't control. you know? So like, why am I going to hold this stuff against you?
Julian's like, if I could though,
If I could be 6 feet, I'd be like, hey, yo.
6 feet, my hair back.
I hate her. This is why Durag Julian is staying on the podcast, bro. This is my new uniform for sure.
All right.
It's settled now. This is my new uniform. It's a wrap.
You'll see him here like this next week.
What is your question of the week, boss?
So yep, that was all the questions that I had. Like I said, mostly from YouTube videos. Those videos are actually really interesting. If you haven't watched them, definitely just go search the trend and like everyone's video will pop up. That's kind of what I did. So question of the week has nothing to do with what we asked. We're just kind of gonna throw a question out there for you guys because I asked Julian so many questions. I didn't want to like incorporate it into this. I feel like that'd be weird.
Yeah.
So question of the week: what's a bad habit that you have had that you were able to overcome?
I was able to overcome.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's a really bad habit that you had, but it's not really like such a bad habit anymore?
I don't know.
I know
Come
a lot
back
of
to me.
people are like,
What's yours?
oh, biting my nails. Da, da, da.
I used to bite my nails, but I don't think I count
A lot
that.
of people had that, like a really bad habit. I would say almost, it's not completely gone, but I feel like I'm better than I was. Swearing.
I will 100% agree with you. You're a lot better than you were. Alyssa was a freaking sailor, bro, walking around this house. I'm like, hey, yo, chillax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have gotten way better with it. I think I've gotten, as bad as this is gonna sound, you're gonna look at me and be like, what? I think I've gotten better at spending.
What?
I think I've gotten better at spending.
No way.
Yes, last year, this time, this year, I bought a Tesla, I bought a Mac, I bought an Oculus. Those 3 things alone last year were kind of crazy. I've gotten better where like, I'm not like buying all these like big crazy things. I'm like, and I'm justifying them like, okay, do I need it? And then I'm like thinking about it even longer. Okay, do I need it? Do I really need it? And then I'm finding cheaper ways to do it. Like the drone, for example. I could have spent,
that's true.
I could have spent $1,000 on a drone. Instead, I was like, no, let me go get, I've never done this before. Let me go get a cheap one off Facebook Marketplace and
it's doing just fine.
And just try it and see how I feel about it. See if I like it before I go and do something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
All right, you got me. You got me.
Right. And then even with that said, like,
that's such a weird sentence. I've gotten better with spending.
I have 100%. Even when it comes to eating out, like I don't eat out like I used to.
True.
Like I would prefer to cook personally. Like if there's food here, like I'd rather cook than eat out.
Props to you. Honestly.
So yeah, spending, I had a bad spending habit and I think I'm getting better. I'm not like she said with hers, I'm not all the way there yet because I still went and bought the thing. I just found better ways to do it, cheaper ways. And I like waited a long time before I actually like pulled the trigger rather than just being like, oh, let me just go get it.
It's so weird because like I actually hate how much that makes sense. Like I got better at spending. Like that should not be a thing. Like that just sounds so weird.
But a
like,
lot of people need it.
I could see where you're coming from.
A lot of people need to get better at spending though. I feel like that's a very that's a very logical thing to like get better at.
Funny. What the heck?
I think everyone, we all can improve our spending habits. You know, I think it just depends on what we're spending money on. You know, like for me, my kryptonite is YouTube stuff, like anything to make the videos better. Like I went and bought a mouse today, a gaming mouse today. Mm-hmm. But like I used coupons that I had, you know, I used coupons and I used money I made from streaming to like buy this stuff. You know what I mean? So like I didn't come out of like my like actual like pocket for this thing. You know what I mean? So I just like use those things to try to like and that's another thing that I went in the store like a month or two ago and was like, oh, I want it. And I left without it.
I mean, he's gotten better with that. He still will go in and like talk about it all the time. So you know he's going to end up getting it because Julian just talks when he's excited and then he'll be like, all right, I got to go get it. So he'll take more time to talk and watch videos and watch reviews on it. He's not as quick as to go and get it, which is good, but he's still going to end up.
I had like $50 worth of store credit though that I used. Mm-hmm. And I used the money I made from streaming. So it's like literally like double that, and I really didn't come out of pocket for this thing. Plus, I had to return something, so I got money back from that, from the return I had.
All around resourceful.
And that's it. I like being resourceful. Put that as another attractive thing. If a female's resourceful, bro, holy
Actually,
cow.
you want to know what's funny?
What?
You want to know what I was waiting for you to say when I asked about like sports or whatever?
Uh-huh.
I was waiting for you to say volleyball.
Oh. How did I forget volleyball? Oh, shoot. I mean, volleyball to me is so high school though. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, yeah, but
back in high school, I guess that would have been my answer. Yeah. Like I said, now I'm just like, I would never just be like, oh my goodness, she does sports. Like, let me go try to talk to her. You got a better chance of me being like, wow, she's a musician. Like, let me go talk to her. Like, wow, she sings. Like, let me go talk to her.
Type.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think for me
I don't
it's
sing, so that's awkward, but everyone has their type.
well, oops. Just don't bring me any concerts. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's banned from now on out.
I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness.
God. Well, on that note,
I
we
answered
gotta
all
go
these
because
questions.
We gotta go beef this out.
I answered all the questions under the pretense that this was all either like way before we were dating or like, you know, just before we were dating in general.
Yes, put this disclaimer out there now. Now at the end of the video.
I'm just saying that's how I answered the questions.
Imagine.
I can't answer and be like, yeah, like all these different females.
And I just sit here like,
yo, this was a setup.
really?
Exposed.
Since when?
Exposed. This was a setup, bro.
We could reverse it.
Although I would love to see I would love to like do one of David's videos.
Which one?
Like some of those like the like group of guys like blind dating ones.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they're all taken. So like, you know, it's just pure entertainment at the end of the day. But I just think it's so funny. And I would love to be in one of those. So David, if you're watching this,
Boy.
throw me in there. I'll be funny, I promise. I'm gonna come on TV in my do-rag. I got this.
Oh my god.
Do-rag Julian. Let's get it.
On that note,
We out of here, y'all.
we
If y'all
hope you
enjoyed this, man.
little game. Let us know if you want to see it again. I'll try to find more.
On the Alyssa side, though.
Let me know if you want to see it reversed.
Yeah.
I'll be answering the questions.
I could come up with questions. Y'all just gotta let me know if y'all want to see it. Matter of fact, y'all give me some questions, bro. I think it's a lot easier for guys to ask girls these questions because I feel like females are more mysterious to guys. Whereas like guys are kind of just like, yeah, we're open books. Like,
Yeah.
what's up?
I feel like for like a female, like we seem a little more mysterious, but like for guys, we're like, yeah, they don't really care about anything.
Yeah. Fair. All right, y'all.
I'll answer anything like any type of day.
Yeah, literally. I mean, that's literally me. We're out of here, y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed. Smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Leave a review, 5 stars on any of the streaming platforms. But we're out here. Keep grinding. Keep chasing your dreams. And remember, nothing worth having because it's easy, man. We out.
Peace.
Peace.